guys ready?
Scott, you saw these guys in the tournament. What do you expect from them?
Well, first and foremost, this is a team that won their league, returned 12 players from the tournament team, and all 5 starters. So especially early in the year, when you have teams that return a lot of people, they have an advantage over everybody else. It's breaking in new guys. And at the same time, they got the player of the year in Joe Bryant, and they got a big guy, Chris Bankston, that's really fun to watch. Hopefully he's not fun to watch Friday night, but he'll get 5-6 dunks a night. So really, really athletic. We won't face anyone more athletic than him for sure. Someone might be equal, but not more athletic. So it's a good team, well coached. They do a great job. Last year we were up 41-27. Matt had a big bucket right before the end of half, and then we played well in the second half to get that win. But this is a team favored to win every one of their conference games on the Ken Palm Analytics. So it's a good game if you win RPI-wise and net-wise. At the same time, it's a dangerous team when you play early in the year, a team that returns this much.
Coach, with the two guys that you signed yesterday, Jacoby from McKinney, obviously you don't care if they're from Texas, U.S. You signed from everywhere, but how nice is it to have a kid from Texas who knows what college athletics means to people here and maybe even rooted for the Bears growing up?
Well, I mean, each and every year Texas has so many great basketball players, and we've been blessed to bring a lot of them to Baylor. Every year, if we can get the best player from Texas, no one's going to complain in our office. I can promise you that. But it's great when you have a chance to see someone for a long time. They've been to campus going back to – because in Texas, obviously, it's easier to drive an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half to get to campus. And knows all about the Big 12 rivalries and the great traditions with this conference.
On the flip side of that, bringing in Miro internationally, how important is it to keep that pipeline open?
Yeah. Well, Miro and Jeremy know each other from international play, and Miro's somebody that if you can get one of the top players, if not the top player from Europe every year, that's saying a lot because we all know who the next number 1 pick in the draft will be, and I mean there's so many talented players worldwide. So you want to have a chance to have a brand that people want to come from all over to play at, and Miro's somebody, and Jacoby's someone that are great players, but they're great Baylor fits. They come from great families, high character, great academically, great with the community, going to represent our school the right way. Our fans are going to love them. Little kids are going to have great role models from them. So, I mean, it's a home run all around, and that's one thing our staff really has tried to do is as our program continues to get more and more worldwide recognition or bringing people that really are a great fit for our program and our mission, preparing champions for life.
Scott, do you notice a difference, I know like Greg Popovich would say so, between an international kid and someone who plays basketball in the States when they first get here?
Yeah, definitely the games are different. In the U.S., we bounce it first, they pass it first. So usually you have more ball movement, more spacing, a little higher skill level. In the U.S., typically you have more athleticism, more strength, speed, quickness, aggressive man-to-man defense. So what's great is you take nowadays international players get the best of both worlds. They get to play against American players, and then they also still get to play for their countries and national teams and whatnot. And that's why I think part of Jeremy's success, going to school at LaLu and then going overseas in Germany to high school. By the time he came here, he had seen a lot, done a lot, been a part of a lot. Miro's the same way, helping the Finnish basketball team go further than it's ever gone in the summer Eurobasket, and somebody that when you're playing against 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds, you learn a lot more.
Coach, it says you're 2 wins away from 400 at Baylor. We just learned that that game will actually be against your nephew. How big does that make that game, and is that more important than win number 400?
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest win is this Friday, and each one of them are important, and that's what's what's great about building your team's resume. I mean, in football, you lose a game, it can cost you the playoffs. It's not going to do that in basketball, but definitely throughout the year, you have a chance to build a resume. Every game's important. I mean, I do see my family on holidays, and we got to have bragging rights, right? So, I mean, but it'll be neat to see family, and obviously, I hope Caleb has a great year and does real well, all except for Monday night.
Scott, obviously y'all played well in pretty much every area in that first game. What do you feel like you guys need to polish or improve on?
Well, I think do what we did. Now do it as you face a different competition, and each game's going to have a different feel, different energy, flavor, depending on styles of play and whatnot. Norfolk's a team that keeps you off balance, multiple defenses. They do press. They run a lot of stuff on the offensive end. So different challenges for us. And at the same time, we have personal goals with our players each and every game of things that we want to execute, and hopefully all those execution numbers continue to rise and go up. And if you're at the top in game one, that's not a good sign, because everyone else is going to improve between now and the end of the year. So we need to do the same.
Scott, what was it like for the first time in a really long time on Monday, looking down the bench and not seeing Coach Tang there?
Yeah, I kept waiting to hear him, but again, really excited for their first win, and their team looked great, and typical Big 12 team. So that's a lot of talent, great coaching staff, tough atmospheres to go play at, and with that, I thought our new players really did a great job, and our new staff, Tweety and Luke. It's been great having them apart and getting them used to what we're doing, and everyone adjusting to new roles.
Coach, you kind of talked about playing the same way, preparing for new competition. The guys talked about treating every opponent the same.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, some upsets last week with USC going down, Oklahoma going down. TCU barely survived their game. How do you kind of not let that overconfidence with, maybe not overconfidence, but with a 117-point win, how do you prepare for those opponents, especially as you move into conference play, and focus on what they called those same old boring habits?
Our job is to make sure that we prepare them to know what the opponent is going to do and the best that they're capable of doing, so that we're ready to match that or be better than that in order to win. So obviously you're showcasing each opponent's strengths. At the same time, it's really critical you have upperclassmen on your team that have real experience, and real experiences mean they've been around upsets. They've been, Adam's been at Presbyterian. He knows what it's like when you play a big school and the excitement. So that wisdom, that knowledge, them passing those things on. Players listen to players a lot more than they listen to coaches. So player leadership, making sure you're ready for each and every game is so critical.
Coach, going back to your nephew, I want to ask, do you have memories of him growing up playing basketball? And then what kind of chastising do you think you're going to get from your sister before that?
My nephew was a late bloomer and a slow grower, so he's gotten a lot taller and stronger in the last couple years. But somebody that Isaiah, his older brother, plays for my brother at GCU, and he's up to 6'8" now, and Caleb's 6'5", and who knows where he'll end up. But somebody that you're really proud of, because he's worked really hard to get where he's gotten, and nothing's been handed to him. He's had to work to achieve it, and he stayed humble and been a great role model for young people. And couldn't be more proud of him, and excited to see the career that he has in the season he has this year.
Scott, you mentioned that Adam has kind of taken on that leadership role, or at least having him is important. How has he done with the younger talent coming on in, and has he really kind of been that guy to teach them what to do?
Well, I think we're blessed because we have, you have Adam, you have Flo, you have Jordan, you have John. You have a lot of upperclassmen. Zendale's only been here 1 year, but he's an upperclassman that's been through a lot. So when you have guys, many hands make light work, and I think it's like a classroom. If you got several people helping monitor it and help everybody out, it kind of steers everybody and directs everybody, and keeps everybody locked in. And our young guys, our assistant coach has done a great job bringing in people that bring in the players that we know we can coach. They want to get better. They want to improve. They want to be great teammates. So it all goes hand in hand.
Coach, I got one more. Sorry, Thanksgiving right around the corner. What are you thankful for this year?
Thankful for a healthy team, meaning we don't have any season-ending injuries as of now. Where last year you had Langston out for the year, so that's a thankful. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right. Questions?
Jalen, what are you guys expecting from Norfolk?
They have a lot of guys that play really hard. They crash the boards 1 through 5, and honestly, we're just expecting their best effort. So we got to bring our best effort as well.
Dale, did you feel like you guys played up to the level you wanted in the opener, or are there some things y'all need to work on?
Yeah, I think we played the way we wanted to. You know, we were excited for the first game, and we got the first one out. So we're going to continue to build as a team and keep going, moving forward.
Is there anything specific you remember about Norfolk from the tournament last year?
They're a really good team. They're going to play hard, and they're a team that they see shots go in, they're going to get hype and, you know, bring their best effort. So,
Langston, what was that like for you to actually play a real game, and been a while?
Oh, yeah, it has been a while, but, it was just a blessing from God. I got to get back to this point. I had my teammates, coaches, and everybody helping me along the way. So I feel like it wasn't just a moment for me. It was a moment for everybody that helped me along the way, just to see me step on the floor for the first time in a Baylor uniform.
Were there any nerves or anything, testing the knee and all?
Not really. A lot of people talk about how nervous you're going to be, but I just try to do my best not to think about it and just to, God has a plan. So whatever's in God's plan is going to happen regardless of what I think. So.
Langston, that there was a ton of stuff to work on after a 117-53 win, but if there was something that the coaches were focusing on in the last few days, what was it?
We just go through practice, just try to tune up all areas that we can, in the game. No matter who we're playing, we just want to go as hard as possible and just make our team as best as we can, do the best we can. So that's it.
Yeah, you guys are obviously going to start playing some more known teams pretty soon. How important is it, to kind of get things together for these first few games?
I would just say continue to play with confidence. The better we come together as a unit and learn how to play with each other, with the new guys, I think it's just going to go up from here.
Dale, I think you went like 3 for 4 in the last game from behind the 3-point line. After maybe struggling a bit more in that last year, how is it for you getting off the hot start?
I'm just playing with confidence and just letting my work speak for itself. And I'm not worried about making or missing. And if I'm open, I'm going to shoot it. So I'm going to continue to do that.
This can be for any of you. Matt just told us that Coach Drew's nephew is going to be playing you guys on Monday. Did you know that, one? And now, if you do know that, is there some incentive to, I don't know, maybe pack them or?
I mean, we always want to do. I don't know.
We treat all opponents the same.
Yeah, all opponents the same.
All the same.
Yeah, all opponents the same.
That's diplomatic.
Yeah.
Jalen, how do you feel like you've meshed with this? I mean, so many newcomers, but how do you feel like you've meshed in with everybody?
I just want to thank my teammates first for just putting their arms around me and just taking me in from day one. It's honestly been really easy. Like Dale said, just playing with confidence again and relying on each other, making the right basketball plays. So I feel like we have a lot of guys that are doing that. Jesus, others, yourself. We're not selfish out there. So it helps when your teammates are that way.
You talked about treating every opponent the same. Obviously, there were some big upsets across the country with USC going down to, Florida Gulf Coast. Oklahoma got beat by Sam Houston. You come off a massive win. How do you kind of not let that, your confidence overtake, as you keep people off their opponents here until you get to conference play?
It just starts every day with, like we say all the time, same old boring habits. And that right there will just make us play the right way, do the right things, make winning plays, and everything else will take care of itself.
This could be for anyone. How do you guys kind of manage those expectations with obviously the hype being around the program and, you know, playing these kind of not as great competition early on? I mean, how do you manage that?
I feel like there's really no real expectations for Rue because the only person that we play for is God. So, I mean, God gave us these abilities, so we just play for God, and there's no expectations on us because He already had everything planned out for us.
As you guys are like exploring different lineups early on, is it fun to kind of do that? Is it fun to see how you mesh with the different guys actually on the court in games, not just in practice? Any of y'all?
Can you repeat the question, please?
How is it just kind of experimenting with different lineups actually in games now? And is there a lot of fun to that now that it's not just practice against each other?
It's definitely fun, you know, getting to play different opponents and not just getting bored playing with each other. So I would just say it's pretty fun. I know we were all eager to get the ball rolling with the season. So every time one of us step foot on the floor, we just excited to play with each other.